Last night, we looked at Jim Porter's position and its apparent inconsistencies. Tonight, we do the same with Jim Florio, who, while insisting he is firmly pro-choice, seems to have done a little waffling of his own. Sandra King has that story.
The pro-choice forces made it clear last weekend Jim Florio is their man. And from the start, when it's come to abortion, it's been Florio on Jim Porter.
Jim, since we've been in this campaign on this issue, has literally been a walking weather vane.
But in the second debate last week, Porter was hitting back.
And your position, contrary to mine, your position has been sliding all over the lot.
And now Porter has some new ammunition designed to back that up.
What I did is got a letter that indicated that Florio was taking the position of pro-life in 1987.
And the problem lies in the timing, because while Florio admits...
In my past life prior to actually about 4 or 5 years ago, I did not support the financing for abortions in an unlimited way.
He claims he'd become completely pro-choice at least 4 years ago. So how can he explain this letter sent under his name to a pro-life constituent just 2 years ago?
What were you saying in this letter?
What I've said to all the people who have always asked me is that I support the right to choose, and that in fact in the last 5 years I have supported no differentiation between the right to choose for rich women as contrasted with the right to choose for poor women.
But you'd agree that this letter doesn't reflect that?
I would say that the record that I've accumulated in Washington is there.
But that record and the letter don't seem to correspond. Though Florio's votes, at least since '85, were in favor of Medicaid funding, he didn't mention those votes in his '87 letter, citing instead his earlier, apparently outdated, pro-life stance.
Or as he put it in the letter, I supported the so-called Hyde Amendment, which banned the use of federal funds for most abortions. Still, in more than 8 minutes of direct questioning today, Florio declined to give a direct response.
How do you explain the letter?
On the question of the right to choose and the financing of the right to choose, my record is clear and it's a matter of documentation.
But so, says Jim Porter, is this. Sandra King, New Jersey Network News, Newark.
Meanwhile, the Porter camp appears to have dropped whatever plans it may have had to attack Jim Florio's Camden County corruption issue. Porter was in Camden today and didn't raise the subject. As Michael Aron reports, it won't even come up in a TV commercial.
This was the South Jersey Chamber of Commerce Porter was visiting today, a natural occasion for an attack on patronage politics by Jim Florio Democrats. But although he was speaking just a stone's throw from where the county freeholders meet, the corruption charge was not on the menu today. For 8 months, top Republicans have warned reporters to get ready for the party's all-out assault on Florio as the boss of a corrupt machine, but it hasn't come.
Camden County is, we're coming to that. That's sort of a grand strategy. You know, we believe that being the boss of Camden County as long as he was, there are so many choice things we could talk about there.
But sources tell us the Porter campaign decided not to build a TV commercial around that theme. The Porter camp tested 11 themes in front of focus groups, and the Camden County corruption theme finished 11th. It's too complicated, said a source. North Jerseyans don't care about Camden County and don't believe a man who's been in Washington all the years Florio has would be responsible for abuses at the county level. And while both camps have been taking heat for the nastiness of their commercials, the new ones, starting this week, are positive. In this one, Porter speaks directly into the camera about crime. In another, it's Governor Kane who speaks about Jim Porter.
He believes in holding down taxes and spending. That's why this year, for governor, I'm voting for Jim Porter.
Kane reportedly was asked to be more critical of Florio and declined.
Governor Kane, of course, is not only the governor, he's the leader of the Republican Party. And therefore his support for the Republican candidate should not come as a great surprise.
You're taking the high road.
I've always taken the high road in this campaign, as far as I'm concerned.
Even the new Florio commercial takes just a quick poke at Porter on auto insurance.
The insurance industry loves it. They gave his plan a standing ovation, calling it music to their ears.
After that, it turns positive. The Florio campaign believes its candidate is still about 23 points ahead in the race, as the Star-Ledger Eagleton poll had it. The Porter campaign starts a new round of polling tonight. Its most recent poll has Porter 15 points behind, but staff members believe he's hitting his stride now on the campaign trail and gaining. Michael Aron, New Jersey Network News, Camden.
Meanwhile, another quarter campaign drawing criticism from the parents of a state trooper gunned down on Interstate 80 8 years ago. Joseph and Grace Lamonico say they're outraged that the Republican candidate ignored their wishes and used a picture of Trooper Philip Lamonico and video from his funeral for a political commercial. Lamonico's widow is a quarter supporter and appears in the television commercial. His parents say the ads and a quarter brochure bearing the trooper's picture unfairly exploit their son's name. A campaign aide says Quarter wasn't told of the parents' objections. Phil?